Welcome to Stock Therapy with Penny Queen. Today I have CISO Global's CEO, Dave Jemmett, with me. Dave, welcome back.
Thank you, Penny. Appreciate it as always.
All right, it's been a while since we've talked, and the real reason I brought you on today is to talk about the competitive advantage of CISO. But I also wanted to give a few minutes for shareholder questions first. So if you don't mind, I collected some from some of the people out there on the boards.
Please, let's have them. Let's see if we can get them answered.
First up was, any more hints on the exciting news coming up?
Hints? I can just say good news is coming. Just be patient. Yeah, we've got some really good news coming out, and I think everybody will be very pleased, to say the least.
Okay.
Well, then more near term than long term.
Okay, I like those breadcrumbs. I will follow that up with, how do you plan to raise the money that you should be needing in the near future?
Already a solution in place. So we have a sponsor, and bottom line is we feel very comfortable with our capital partner, and we will not have to go back to go raise capital after this solution is implemented.
Have you considered bundling your products with other types of software?
Yes, we currently do. We actually have a partnership with Microsoft, which we bundle our products with theirs and enhance the security profile of the customers. We interact with Edge with their SIEM, as well as their Defender product. So yeah, we have partnered on the regional side. Some of them are one-offs that customers have products that want them enhanced, and so they take our product and actually implement it to enhance their visibility into their networks.
Okay, excellent. Those are good tidbits there. I've asked you this before, and I think I'm just going to have to ask you all the time. Are you in blackout, or do you anticipate being in blackout?
Well, we have some good news coming, so obviously I'm in a blackout. Everyone says that companies move at lightning speed or fast speed. Out of 7 companies, this moves at CISO speed, which is beyond. We're always waiting for the other party to come back. So even our clients are pretty happy about our speed to market, or actually helping them in their problems. But no, we're moving pretty fast, and I just encourage everyone to watch over the next 60 days. And I would say it's actually the next week. I think they'll be more than pleased.
All right. Would you entertain a buyout offer?
If the right number comes, that actually has to go through the board first. We have had, I will candidly tell you, we've had buyout offers. I can say that because we've had them and we've turned them down. It has to be the right number. A lot of people invested in this. Retail's invested. I've invested. In fact, our board member and advisory committee, they invested and just took their debt and converted to Pref A. So really, it has to make sense. And what most people don't realize, the investors, besides the retail, are myself and friends, right? We funded this going forward. And so it really, if I sold that a number did not make sense, that would be fiduciary responsible, then it would really just, it would take the air out of my friends and everyone else. So I'd be doing them a disservice. So buyout, I'll give a nuance on how we'd actually evaluate that. We would go to a third-party independent valuation group and ask, what is our competitors doing? How, and value us comparative to them. And we've had that once before, and it didn't meet the sniff test, and so we turned that offer down. So we were really in it for long term. We're not looking to sell unless somebody came and said, "Hey, I'm going to enrich your shareholders." Great, then that would be a different subject, another topic. Okay, when and how, and then of course it comes to your shareholders. Shareholders vote on it, so we'll look for them, and if they say no, then quite frankly, we have to go back and say that's not what's going to happen.
That's perfect. One of the things that when you have really heavy inside ownership in a company, I think a lot of investors think in terms of us versus them. Oh, but I want the company to do this, or I want the company to do this. Why don't we have more news? Things like that, where I'm always thinking, if there was a way to get something out and signed, the company would do it, right? I mean, as a smaller company, you're often waiting on other companies, the bigger fish to decide and sign off on something, right?
Correct.
Like, I mean, it goes through everybody's legal. So one of the things that I'm always telling people is if they could, they would, because they're very invested. Like every time, we've got a lot of volatility in the stock, which is, great for bringing more people in. And it's quite the rodeo sometimes, but when we drop pretty far on a day, and every once in a while somebody's mean to you, Dave. And I think he just lost way more money than you did. So
I have alligator skin, and
okay, good.
when this is all said and done, people will understand that I have their best interest at heart. Because really, what's in their best interest is in my best interest. And that may be hard for people to understand, but I am completely invested in this company, and have a lot of my net worth from 6 previous companies, and so do the folks that have invested alongside me. So we would just ask to be patient, and what is the company worth really? Well, we're an orphan. We're changing that. So when I say orphan in Wall Street, who's our backer? Where's our coverage? What are our analyst coverage? Well, since we've turned all this around, we've cleaned up our books. It's time for us to get some sponsors, and quite frankly, that's what we're working on right now.
Excellent. All right. So then I will move on to, when can we expect to see the New to the Street interview?
That's a great question. I think tomorrow morning.
Okay. All right. So that means I need to work quick and get this out tonight. That great. I'm excited to see it. It looks like they have definitely brought in some volume.
Yeah.
Really nice to see. All right. Well, I look forward to that interview. Has the share count changed since we last talked?
No.
Any updates on a CUSIP change?
Well, we've taken it and asked. Obviously, the first thing you have to do is ask and submit it to the SEC, and there's 5 things. So I would encourage the layman or the folks out there who haven't really investigated it. There's 5 things that are pretty major, and so a CUSIP change takes change of control, and I could go through it, but please Google it, and it's pretty expensive. Change out the name, that would be a whole new marketing scheme. So what we've done is we will wait till the annual shareholder meeting and then put forward that as a motion to our shareholders. And then everybody can vote on it, and then we can change it. But it's not as easy as just calling somebody and saying, hey, can I change my cell phone number? Right? Or change carriers. It's pretty extensive, but obviously we have asked, and they are aware that we're looking to do that.
Okay. Is the board taking actions to pursue the matter of the irregular trading?
Absolutely. We can only do so much and provide information. I will actually be speaking at LD Micro conference. This will be the number 1 slot, number 1 place in a panel setting, but I'll be the panelist that actually will discuss the trading anomalies and how it's taken place. That information has been given to the regulators. I'm not Donald Trump, so I can't just write a letter to the SEC, the head of the SEC, and tell them stop and desist and make sure our stock's taken care of. We're what they call micro cap, which whether people believe it or not, we should be, but we're letting them do their job, and we'll do ours.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Let's see, is there any update on the crypto treasury strategy?
Funny you should ask. There has been, so to kind of educate the audience, whoever watches this, crypto is not a security, if people don't know that. So what they're trying to do is put them into public vehicles. The crypto itself, because I don't know if you're aware that pension funds, 401k, you know, they cannot buy crypto. And so what they're looking for and what people are doing in Wall Street is putting it into shells or public companies. And essentially they're running, but the problem is they don't have operating companies. For example, a medical company who's in stage 2 that's lost money, they find that vehicle, it's got some hair on it, but they'll throw the whatever coin you want in there, and all of a sudden the stock raises. But what is 6 months, a year from now, right? So we have been approached by several different coins because our organization is clean. We've cleaned up the books, clear. We have a great cybersecurity company. They have told us we are undervalued, but more importantly is we have no comment from anything we put into the SEC. It comes back no comment. A lot of your viewers may not know, but when you put information into the SEC, they have 30 days to review it. And they come back with questions. It could take 30 more days. Everything we have done through acquisition, raising capital, any decision that involves the SEC, literally within 3 to 4 days, they come back and say no comment, move forward. So we're very fortunate. That gets us into we're a really clean organization from an audit standpoint. What people don't know, PCOAB audits. Okay, most people don't know that, but it's the SEC's auditors that audit my auditors. So they're the secret police for the SEC, and they show up on your door and go, "We're picking 3 clients, and we're going to audit them." We've gone through 2 of those in the last 4 years and have had no comments on either one, which is highly unusual. But that's how clean our books are, and that's why some folks in Wall Street with these different coin bases have come to us and said we'd like a DAT strategy, a digital asset treasury. But really, it's incumbent upon us, for our shareholders and ourselves, what coin makes the best sense? What do we implement to where we can actually benefit not only that, but the transaction? And there's been a ton of fraud, obviously, with coins being stolen. I don't know if you're aware, there's 300 million stolen last week alone, right out of the blue, and they're tracking it, but they can't get to it. In fact, they took 300 million of Bitcoin and then turned around and bought 14% of that 300 million to Ethereum. And you can see it, but they can't get it because they don't have the tools to do that. So can we enhance the infrastructure? Can we make it more secure, the wallets? That would be something that we would want to be, and we want to be an ongoing concern as a cybersecurity company. So does it enhance our actual vision, or does it detract? And that's really where we're at right now. But yes, we're looking at it and evaluating it.
All right. Any updates on the Checklight or CyberSimple rollout?
Yes, we've had, so again, to help people, because I've explained this to some other folks, I'm just saying this as layman, is we can book the revenue through software. We have several software products out there as well as managed services contracts. So we can sign the contract, but until we perform the service or implement that software, it stays on the book business as booked. And until we deliver it, that's when we can recognize it as revenue. So in third quarter, you'll see booked revenue, but we won't recognize that until it's actually installed, which you'll see a very large number in fourth quarter.
Okay, excellent. Then to my primary question, and the reason I wanted to have you on, I wanted to talk about the competitive advantage of CISO Global. I think a lot of people end up looking at the trading and looking at these other pieces, and a lot of people are losing sight of the fundamentals of the company. And I just wanted to give you some time to talk about how you're better than competitors.
Well, it's funny. I wish, it's really hard for a company like us. We have 97% retention rate. Now, what's kind of funny is Geico says we have 97%, satisfaction rate. Well, that's kind of our satisfaction rate. Our customers stay with us and continue to do, re-up their contracts. It's because how we do business. We go in and we partner with them. A lot of large organizations go in just to sell a product. Like Palo Alto, here's your product, here's your firewall. They walk away. Great product. but they don't take the time to actually connect it to the Microsoft SIEM or Sentinel One, the different other cyber products to make it work well together. We've trained everybody in this organization. When we walk in, we actually look to see how we can enhance it or put it into a more cohesive solution for them. And that works. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, we walk in, we see the disparage systems, and we just have to put it together. That's a huge difference in how we win customers. The other is we have a reputation, obviously we're 10th in the world for incident response. Now that's a pretty huge statement, but it's been published. We have gunslingers that literally ex-NSA black hat hackers that are reformed and are able to perform their job without government scrutiny. And a great example was just before this call. And I'll give real-time scenario of what just took place. A friend of mine of 30 years, I kept telling him, you need to look at your systems for the last 5 years because I know who built them. I know who's managing them on a personal level. 2 of them used to work for me. They're kind of antiquated. You need to look because you have very sensitive information. And what's disheartening is he's a really good friend. He goes, no, we're taken care of. He called his IT person who I know, and I'm like, how are you guys doing? We're fine. He got breached 2 weeks ago. And what we did is told them, number one, don't turn off the systems because that erases all the logs. And it just happened to be, we're pretty slammed because that's becoming more and more apparent in the market space. You can see it every day. Everybody's getting hacked. So I took my 2 guys who just came off a huge government job, put them in there. The people who were there for 3 days could not figure it out. Within 45 minutes, our guys knew who it was. We knew who the attacker was, the cybersecurity, the bad actor. We knew the group, and we actually started monitoring what they took off, which thank goodness it wasn't critical PII, personal identification information from the clients. We did that in 45 minutes when 3 days went by with a competitor in there because their insurance made them. And he's like, forget this. And then when he was asked, how soon can you clean this up after the incident? They said 5 weeks. We said, we'll work all weekend to make sure you're done within 4 days. And we made that commitment. And excuse me, what's really interesting, Penny, just before this call, he just called me and said, you saved my business. You saved our lives. If we would have went 5 weeks, we would have been out of business. That makes us difference. We care about our customers. More importantly, we say we're going to do it, we get it done.
And also being a proactive business.
Yeah.
Too. I mean, that, actually, the way you've integrated AI as well, I think it's worth speaking to.
Yeah, everybody called it LLMs, right? Now it's AI. Well, if you've been in our world for long enough, it was machine learning, and then the machine learning turned into, AI through the neural net, complicated stuff, if you want to read about it. But we've been using it for 4 or 5 years, right? And kept up with the upgrades because we knew the bad actors on the other side were actually coming and using it. We see it every day now that AI, they're literally commanding old code to be changed to new code that's innovative, that's not been seen before. And you can train an AI as a bad person. If anybody's seen Westworld, they can be bad people, right? And you got the good people. So we've been combating it easily for the last 2 years, and it's become a hot topic over the last 18 months. We've been using it for 4 or 5 years. So we're ahead of the curve on that. People will catch up to us, I'm sure. But our products are proactively looking for the bad actors in the software to come in, and we repel it instead of catching it and then telling you've been breached and then kicking it out. So yeah, that's a very big difference in how we've won some of our RFPs the last 2 quarters.
And good RFPs?
Very good RFPs.
All right. All right. I think you've answered everything I had for you today. I want to let you go so you can get back to work.
Ah, we work all the time, so it's no problem.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you very much, Dave.
Thank you, Penny. Appreciate you being there.